Hi, today we're going to talk about one of my favorite new plants, Monstera Adansonii. It's a beautiful plant with tiny holes, and it's very difficult to kill it, and it does very well in Indian tropical weather, which makes it an excellent addition to the current weather and hot and humid weather and so on and so forth. Also, it's very easy to propagate and make multiples of. So I bought this one plant from Gao about a year back, and I did an unboxing video on that somewhere. I'll link it somewhere below. But the plant grew very big, and it started growing very lanky. I initially thought I would grow it big and let it fall over, but the internodal distance between two leaves went very large and the leaf size was getting very small. So I decided to intervene that no, I need to make better quality plant. So I just chopped it off and piece into, and this happened, this decision and this action was done on 30th April, which was fun. Post that, the second update that I'm going to give you is just on 25th May. So that is just 25 days after putting in all the cuttings in one pot. I did a comparison on two parts, water propagation and soil propagation.
This is the result of the entire propagation that happened. So let's look at it from the top to the bottom. So this is the topmost growth, one growth point, second growth point. You can probably see multiple growth points in this, 1, 2, and there's another here, and this is just in one branch. See another one here, another one here. That if all the ones have nearly rooted, if you can see. So I would say this guy is so easy to propagate in soil that I can't even begin to tell you. See, I have barely one dry leaf. I also had a couple of yellow leaves before. I just snipped it off and threw it away. But if I poke around a bit, do you see another new growth? Just anywhere you look in this pot right now, there is new growth happening left, right and center. How many can you spot? And there is one here. Put a perspective in water propagation. I had 3 to 4 cuttings that I put in water for Monstera Adansonii. In the same period of time, it has just tiny growth and no roots. 2 tiny growths, and 2 more of the cuttings are already dead. I don't even know if this will survive. So I think on a longer term, soil propagation is better for this guy. Most plants, if it can tolerate this. Just wanted to tell you that.
I saw that the soil propagation results were much better. I kept the pot near humidifier for better results, and inside the room where I occasionally switch on the AC, so which is why I kept it closer to the humidifier, which gets indirect light, something like this light right now from an LED. So that's the situation that it was in, and in 25 days it showed massive growth. Yes, there were a couple of dry leaves, maybe 1 or 2 cuttings went out, but I think I got at least 12 to 15 cuttings from that. So that plant is going to grow very bushy. And out of that, I had already taken 1 round of propagation 6 months ago. So I had put that up in another pot with my this plant. So I decided ki uh, this plant had I had poked an additional Monstera Adansonii with this guy. This is not Monstera Adansonii, by the way, because this has large leaves. I'll link the name here somewhere below. But I had a large, tall Monstera Adansonii with that from the same plant that I bought 1 year ago. So this is the second propagation I'm doing, and you'll be amazed that I did a third propagation day before yesterday. Can't believe it. You can do 3 propagations in a year. So let me show you the results of that. This is the propagation. I had shifted it from a small pot to a ceramic pot. I created a makeshift that pole with a rope, and you see this internodal distance was getting very large for me. And what happened was all the leaves had fallen and yellowed or whatever. So once I cut it off from top and did that, do you see at every node there is this new growth coming off? At every node, like only in these main branches you can see so many growth points, right? And I'm not even going to count the ones below. It is just many of them. So this is one basket, and I'm going to show you another pot that I put in yesterday from the one that I had propagated there. I completely pulled it off because I want this guy to grow big, so I don't want it to share nutrients with a Monstera Adansonii. So I did. So this is today's update. Today is 1st June, and within 1st June you can see the results. So 30th April and 1st June. So yep, it's just within 30 days that it shows results. And this is another box. So from one plant 1 year ago, I have 2. Do you see how many cuttings there are? I think at least there are a lot of cuttings. I would say I just chopped it off again, similar way that I did the other one. So now I have 2 cuttings, and I think the soil propagation does very well for this guy. Even though you'll see some initial browning and all of that, that's okay, because when it pushes out new leaf, it will its root system will be better acclimated to the soil environment, and it would be much better in quality. So you can have more plants like this. Initially, even if Ugao or somewhere you buy it gives you only 2 branches, within a year you can get many bushy plants for this guy in this Indian tropical weather, which is why this is my new favorite. This is not a very common plant. You won't see, it's not as common as money plant or something like that you see in every gardener's place, but this is a very interesting plant. Initially I did not like this plant very much, but I grew to love this plant now, and my new favorite because it's so easy. So yeah, that's an update that I wanted to give you, because Monstera Adansonii, go ahead, chop this guy up. If you see it getting very lanky and all of that, don't hesitate to put it in soil. Keep the soil moist, mostly moist, for the initial 30 days. If possible, keep it near a humidifier if you have one, so that the soil doesn't dry up very easily, and it will promote growth from all of the nodes for it. Even if the nodes earlier that had shed its leaf will start showing new growth within 30 days. This is my journey within 30 days, so it's guaranteed. Yeah, I think that's it. Monstera Adansonii, tropical plant by its native, does very well in Indian weather, extremely easy to propagate. Go for soil propagation against water propagation. I would say that you can get many plants in just a year from this guy if you buy once, which is a great value for money. And it does very well, it grows very fast, and it's very unique. You get all the qualities of plant, cool plant in this one guy. Hope you liked this video and learned something from it. I try to give you a complete experience of what has happened after I chop it up, because you have a clear idea that during hot summer month of May in Kolkata, I have done this propagation and it has worked. So it might work for you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. My social links are given below as well. I am on Instagram and Facebook. If you have any queries or comments about this plant, you can put them below, or you can DM me on my social links and I will try to respond. Thanks for watching.